War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. In the glittering salons of St. Petersburg, 1805, the air hums with anticipation. Napoleon's shadow looms over Europe, and Russia's aristocracy, draped in elegance, debates war and love with equal fervor. Anna Pavlovna Scherer, a shrewd hostess, orchestrates a soiree where Prince Andrei Bolkonskys, tall and ambitious, stands apart, his sharp eyes betraying a restless spirit. He dreams of glory, of rising above the trivialities of high society. Nearby, his friend Pierre Bezukhov, awkward and bespectacled, navigates the room with a philosopher's curiosity, his illegitimacy a quiet burden. The guests whisper of war, of Napoleon's audacity, and of Russia's impending alliance with Austria against him. Andrei, married to the charming but shallow Lise, yearns for purpose. He confides in Pierre's plan to join the army, seeking a destiny greater than domesticity. Pierre, meanwhile, inherits a vast fortune upon his father's death, transforming him from an outcast to a coveted bachelor. Moscow's elite swarm him, and Prince Vasily Kuragin schemes to wed Pierre to his daughter, Helene, a beauty with a calculating heart. Pierre, naive and idealistic, succumbs to her allure, their marriage a hollow union built on flattery. In Moscow, the Rostov family radiates warmth amid their financial straits. Count Ilya Rostov, genial but imprudent, hosts lavish balls, while his wife, Countess Natalia, frets over their debts. Their children Natasha, Nikolai, Sonia, and Petya dance through life with youthful vigor. Natasha, 13, sparkles with innocence, her dark eyes promising a future of passion. Nikolai, ardent and honorable, pledges his love to Sonia, their orphaned cousin, despite his mother's disapproval. The Rostovs' world is one of love and loyalty, yet shadowed by the war encroaching on their lives. As Russia joins the war against Napoleon, Andrei rides to the front, serving under General Kutuzov. At the Battle of Austerlitz, his dreams of heroism shatter. Leading a charge with a standard in hand, he's struck down, lying wounded beneath the vast sky as Napoleon himself surveys the carnage. Andrei survives, but his pride does not. He returns home to Bald Hills, where his father, the stern Prince Nikolai Bolkonskys, and sister, Maria, await. Tragedy strikes when Lise dies in childbirth, leaving Andrei with a son and a heart heavy with guilt. He vows to forsake ambition, retreating to his estate. Pierre, trapped in a loveless marriage, grapples with life's meaning. Helene's infidelity with Dolokhov, a roguish officer, humiliates him, leading to a duel where Pierre, improbably, wounds his rival. Disillusioned, he separates from Helene and seeks solace in Freemasonry, hoping its ideals will anchor his restless soul. Yet his attempts to reform his estates falter, his good intentions undermined by inexperience. By 1812, Napoleon invades Russia, and the nation braces for upheaval. Nikolai Rostov, now a hussar, faces the horrors of battle, his courage tested at Ostrovna. Natasha, now 16, blooms into a captivating young woman. At a ball, she dances with Andrei, their connection instant and profound. He proposes, but his father demands a year's delay, sending Andrei abroad. Natasha, impatient and vulnerable, falls prey to Anatole Kuragin, Helene's rakish brother, who elopes with her in a reckless scheme. The plan unravels, and Natasha, shamed and heartbroken, attempts suicide. Andrei, returning to find her disgraced, rejects her, his pride wounded. The war escalates. At Borodino, Andrei commands an artillery unit, facing death with grim resolve. A shell explodes nearby, mortally wounding him. Nikolai, too, fights bravely, while Petya, the youngest Rostov, joins the army with boyish zeal. Kutuzov, weathered and wise, opts for strategic retreat, abandoning Moscow to Napoleon's forces. The city burns, its flames a testament to Russia's defiance. Pierre, driven by a vague sense of duty, stays in Moscow, plotting to assassinate Napoleon. His plan fails, and he's captured as a prisoner of war. Amid the chaos, the Rostovs flee Moscow, their carriages laden with wounded soldiers. Natasha, matured by suffering, tends to the dying Andrei, who lies among them. In a fleeting reconciliation, they share a moment of love before he succumbs, his final thoughts of eternity and forgiveness. Pierre, marching with French prisoners, endures starvation and brutality. Yet the ordeal strips away his pretensions, revealing life's stark simplicity. Befriended by Platon Karateev, a peasant whose wisdom lies in acceptance, Pierre finds clarity in suffering. Russia's fortunes turn. Kutuzov's strategy exhausts Napoleon's army, and the French retreat through a merciless winter. Petya, eager for glory, dies in a skirmish, his loss devastating the Rostovs. Pierre, freed after the French withdrawal, returns to Moscow, a changed man. Helene's death from illness frees him, and he reconnects with Natasha, now subdued by grief. Their shared losses forge a bond, and they marry, finding quiet contentment. Nikolai, meanwhile, weds Maria Bolkonskaya, whose inheritance saves the Rostovs from ruin. Sonia, ever selfless, releases Nikolai from his promise, remaining alone. Years pass. By 1820, Pierre and Natasha raise a family, their home a haven of love. Nikolai and Maria manage their estates, balancing duty and affection. Yet beneath the peace, questions linger. Pierre, still seeking purpose, debates Russia's future, while Natasha, once vibrant, embraces domesticity. The old Prince Bolkonskys' legacy lives on in Maria's devotion, and Andrei's son, Nikolenka, dreams of his father's ideals. Through it all, history's tides, war, fire, and sacrifice shape their lives. Tolstoy's Russia, caught between grandeur and ruin, mirrors the human heart, striving, faltering, and enduring. The characters, bound by love, loss, and the search for meaning, navigate a world where war and peace are not opposites but threads in the same tapestry.